Yo, what's good? I told y'all, man, I got y'all with the Michael Jordan games, man. But today we got the Suns at the Bulls in 1996. Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, Michael Jordan, Scotty Rod, Ron Harper, Luke Longley.
And the tip controlled by the Bulls.
Well, the Bulls are just playing at such a high level of confidence right now. Their triangle offense has been clicking. Their defense has been outstanding. Their running game, everything is just going right for Chicago.
And the Bulls in recent games like to get both Harper and Longley off early, and it's usually one of the two taking the early shots.
And the biggest change
Why?
for the Suns since Cotton has taken over is more structure and keep the ball in the hands of this man, Kevin Johnson. Let him control.
Nice pass from Barkley, but Jordan on the rejection of Kevin Johnson. Open shot for Jordan. Pippen with the save. What a play by Pippen. And now fires for three. Scottie Pippen.
God, this is too
Along
loud.
the baseline and then took the return pass to hit from downtown.
Scotty's been shooting an incredible 45% from beyond the arc. A tremendous improvement from his overall. Now the line has been moved in the last couple of years. That's helped dramatically.
And he hit 4 of 6 last Sunday against Detroit. Good play by Jordan. It deflected off Johnson.
Nice give and go cut for Kevin Johnson as he makes that knife between the lane, but Michael Jordan coming from behind to get that tip, and then Scottie Pippen.
There we go. Sound like they screaming in my ear.
Chicago end.
All right.
Rodman being played by Barkley. And here is Jordan.
Easy.
Bulls 5 and the Suns nothing.
You see the Suns pushing the ball even after makes. They want to explore a scoring opportunity. They don't want to get into a helter-skelter game, however, with a team like the Chicago Bulls, especially here at the United Center.
Nice move by Barkley on the turn. He had Rodman along the baseline, and the foul is called. Rodman called for the hook. We were talking yesterday with Charles Barkley about the matchup with Dennis Rodman, and he said that he'd have to give a couple of shots.
A three?
Something like that. He basically said he likes to let Dennis know that he's there. He's going to pop him very early to let Dennis Rodman know that Charles isn't going to take a lot of Dennis's sometimes nonsense.
Longley is looking for the proper spacing, did not have the shot, and then hits the beautiful spinning jumper.
And a good thing he made it. Michael Jordan was frowning at Luke all the way. He wanted the ball as he had post position on Kevin Johnson, but I'm sure he'll tell Luke about it sometime down the road here.
Phoenix Suns come off a win in Milwaukee on Friday night, winning by 10. They shot 56% from the field, and a foul is called. Foul on Ron Harper.
Normally the Bulls like to go inside to Luke Longley. He happened to get caught up at the high post, and that is not his game, putting it on the floor and making moves, but got away with it that time.
Barkley. And Rodman able to dive for the rebound.
Well, they're such a good rebounding team to begin with. Scottie Pippen's an outstanding rebounder.
0 points for Phoenix.
Michael Jordan averages 6 a game, and then you throw Rodman into the mix. You've got a special rebounding team.
And it will be Phoenix ball. Phoenix Suns have won 3 of the last 4 after losing 8 of their previous 10 games, and much more to come on the road. Tuesday night in Miami, then at Atlanta, games at Cleveland and Washington. So this a long road trip. Here is Finley.
Finley.
To a very poor start.
Yeah.
Just not getting real good shots. That's not Michael Finley's strong suit, shooting from the perimeter. But without Dan Marley and Danny Ainge, who players who were with the Suns before, who were able to spread the floor, give three-point threats, now it's very tight in there.
Longley got a piece of
Yeah, especially without Dan Marley.
He didn't chip it, I hope.
Change of direction by Johnson. And it's a 3 for Person. Wesley Person, in his second year out of Auburn, a first-round draft pick last season, puts the Suns on
Timeout.
the board.
Well, Chuck's little brother, Wes Person, is the one player.
Differential, 12.5 per game. Three-point shooting at 41%. 49% field goal shooting overall. That's second in the league. just underway here at the United Center. Pippen to the fadeaway. Barkley tried to save it, but he stepped out on the baseline.
I think Phil Jackson took that last 20-second timeout to let Luke Longley let his teammates have the ball and get some shots up there. Normally the Bulls like to go inside to Longley early.
Longley able to rip the rebound down and then had it knocked away. Here comes Johnson. Going up against a very solid defensive player in Ron Harper. They isolate Kevin Johnson, and he went to the scoop. Beautifully done by Kevin Johnson.
Nice.
He's the most difficult player to keep from penetrating.
Ooh.
Michael Jordan off the lead pass. The Suns did not get back. And the Bulls
Nice.
9-5.
Didn't get back and didn't get up. I don't think anything could have stopped that. That was a perfect pass.
Nice pass from Barkley.
Good pass, Chuck.
Green, 9-7, Chicago. Michael Finley, very excited about playing here at the United Center. Grew up in Chicago. Start at Wisconsin.
Well, Bulls always dangerous in transition and in the open floor. Scottie Pippen, in effect, the point guard for the Chicago Bulls. They like to get the ball into him on fast break situations. He sees the floor so well, makes good decisions. And when you have people running the wings like a Dennis Rodman and, of course, a Michael Jordan who can elevate like that, it makes it easy to be a player in the middle and make plays.
So the Bulls lead by 3. Phoenix Suns last year finished first in the Pacific at 59-23. In the playoffs, swept Portland first round, then lost to Houston in 7 in the Western Conference semifinals. This year they have been ripped by injuries. Person just did get it off with 1 on the shot clock. So Person with 5 points, and the Bulls now lead by 1.
Michael Jordan inside posting up Kevin Johnson. They want to go to that a lot and make him pay for what he does.
Mike can pass. You cannot double a passer like Larry Bird or Jokic.
Of this first quarter, the Bulls lead 13-9. Open shot for Barkley, but he passed it up to find Green. Beautiful pass on the hop for AC Green.
Well, the Bulls trying to force the pick and roll down to the baseline. Charles doing the right thing, holding his position, and then seeing the floor so well. And the beautiful bounce pass to exploit a normally tough defensive club in situations like that.
Ooh.
Pushed by Green. 6:02 remaining in this first quarter. Bulls by 2. The foul was called on AC Green. Timeout taken. You are watching the NBA on NBC. Forgotten Fitzsimmons. It is his 3rd stint as head coach of the Suns, taking over after the slow start. They were down 7-0.
Want to keep an eye on the matchup, but Michael Jordan against Kevin Johnson. Michael telling us before the game he respects his penetration and his drive. He said, I can't keep him from penetrating. I have to give ground.
They'll jump it up.
Well, Ron Harper, we saw him last week in Detroit have an outstanding first half defensively, and that's where he has really helped this team. Any kind of scoring he gives them is a bonus, but he's I don't want to say outstanding. He's a much better defensive player than most people give him credit for. There, you saw the hustle play to force at least a jump ball.
Ron Harper, originally a first-round draft pick of Cleveland, 8th selection overall, a major star in his days with the Cavaliers, but a series of knee operations have changed his style of play. Not able to go to the slashing drive. That was his game in his earlier years.
That's relief you here is Jerry Krause, who gave him a big contract last year, about $4 million a year for 4 years, not knowing that Michael Jordan was coming back.
Shot clock is at 6. Pippen for 3. And Barkley.
Another dime.
Hanging Finley. Michael Finley.
Well, the Bulls have had a couple of poor possessions in a row where Scottie Pippen has had to take a long 3-point shot, feeling that the shot clock was winding down. As the Suns are doing a good job of keeping the Bulls away from the basket.
Longley. And Harper on the ball. Harper with the drive. And now lead 15-13 with 4.5 remaining. In this first
Ron
quarter,
Harper.
Calqc and Dan Hicks from the United Center. The start of a big sports day here on NBC on Super Sunday. Kevin Johnson got inside, could not convert. And Dennis Rodman with the rebound and then fires the outlet.
The hell? Who you passing it to?
Well, the shot by Luke Longley, and the Suns appear to have
Dennis
inside
Rodman.
rebounding position, but Charles Barkley didn't keep body contact on Dennis Rodman, who is always flailing around that basket. He just kept it alive, and Ron Harper finishing off the play.
Person changed his mind. They double up on Barkley. Again, the good feed. Johnson had the shot tipped away. And here comes Pippen. Harper on the wing. Harper challenging and is hacked. Or is it an offensive foul?
The fuck?
Offensive foul.
How? How is that offensive foul?
Harper found himself out of control going in.
Let me see that.
And no complaint there on the call by referee Joe Crawford, as he's going to use that left arm clearly to wipe out Wesley Person.
Good play by Person, able to hold his ground. Finley with the fake on Pippen. Here is Green. A.C. Green has tied the game at 15.
And we saw some all-defensive play by Scottie Pippen right there to take away the drive of a very tough slasher in Michael Finley. Very quick to the basket. Scottie Pippen cut him off.
Nice.
And Michael Jordan, 3 of 5 from the field. He has 6 points. Bulls lead by 2. Pippen able to break it up. Scottie Pippen very familiar with Michael Finley. I mentioned Finley, a native of Chicago, attended Proviso East High School in Melrose Park. In fact, honed his game in summer workouts with Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan while he was at Wisconsin. Barkley not able to hit the reverse, kept alive. The save by Rodman, but it was out of bounds.
Nice work that time by A.C. Green to pressure
A.C. Green hooper.
Force that turnover by the Chicago Bulls to get another possession for Phoenix.
Timeout taken, 3:04 to go in this first quarter. The Bulls lead by 2. The Bulls with the edge off the boards. 9-4 here in the early going. Rodman with 4 rebounds. Longley over Green. Rodman with
5.
And shooting for 3 points.
He's been looking for that shot more and more.
Person all the way. Harper stepped away. Ron Harper did not want to pick up a 3rd foul, and the game is tied at 17.
And the Suns have to be very happy with the pace of this game. Now they're starting to get some running opportunities. They look like they have the Bulls out of sync offensively, and they do, mainly because Luke Longley is winding up with the ball in unfamiliar positions.
Rodman trying to get it back, could not. And here is rejected by Harper. And the crowd reacting to the block of Harper. Rodman says he's all right. He landed on his hand, and he waved at Phil Jackson, indicating that he's okay, but we will see a substitution. Jason Calqc, a rookie from Alabama, who's been playing very well, will come on for Dennis Rodman. Here's another look at it.
Well, the deflection by Michael Finley started it, and then all the diving for the ball. And I think when Kevin Johnson joked over the head and back of Rodman, that's when he forced his hand and jammed it on the floor.
And the foul called on Calqc. So they're checking over the hand of Dennis Rodman.
That the Suns had for the last 3 years used to do a lot more ball handling on the perimeter, taking a lot more three-point shots since Cotton has taken over. In fact, Cotton has told his team, we'll take the 3 when it's there if Wesley Person has a good look at it. Other than that, we just don't want to be taking indiscriminate three-point shots all over the place.
Suns with a 19-17 lead. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Light pressure being shown by Phoenix.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Jordan to the field.
Nice, Mike.
More and more these days. He's tied the game at 19. Michael has 8 points. And at 45 to go in this opening quarter. It's Calqc guarding Barkley. Finley tried to slash his way, and he lost it.
Yeah, he tried to skip through that lane.
Michael Finley had an outstanding game the other night against the Bucks. 16 points, 8 assists. Seemed to bother Glenn Robinson. Barkley able to handle that rebound. And here's Person. Rebounded by Longley. Jordan was looking to run, snaps it over to Harper.
Good job by the Suns getting back in transition defense, which is something that you really have to respect.
Good hands.
If you're going to take long perimeter jump shots, it's going to result in long rebounds. You have to make sure that you get back and
Right back.
take care of the basketball because they will strike quickly.
And Dennis Rodman back on the floor. Let's check in with Dan Hicks.
All right, Marv, Dennis Rodman dislocated the pinky finger on his right hand. He just taped it up, and as you see, he's back on the court. Marv.
Thank you, Dan. So Dennis trying to show Phil Jackson he does not want to sit down for any length of time. Rodman back, replacing Calqc. Johnson's pass broken up and handled by Harper. The game is tied at 19. Jordan with the step. The tip missed by Pippen, and Barkley rebound. 35 seconds left in this first quarter. The Bulls and the Suns meeting for the first time this season. They'll play again in the Valley of the Sun on February the 6th.
Oh, shit.
Offensive foul. Rodman drawing the charge. Michael Finley committing his second.
Well, the book on the rookie Michael Finley is give him the outside shot and take away his drive, as Dennis Rodman did a good job of moving his feet. However, I thought he was moving too much when he took the contact, but being the veteran that he is and having the reputation
The
that he
flop.
has defensively,
No, he ain't all that veteran. He flopped. He flopped. Okay, it don't matter if Rodman and Finley was a rookie. He flopped and won.
interesting matchup down on the baseline for this last possession. Charles Barkley watching Steve Kerr. You're not going to see that too often.
Down to 10. Calqc off the dribble. He got the step on Green, and he pushed him. So AC with his second foul.
Green, his second, the team's first in the last 2 minutes.
Now the Suns do not have any fouls to give. The next one would put them over the limit.
Chris Carr.
Green sitting down.
Hold on, it's like two different cars. You got Chris Carr and you got Antoine Carr. I remember Antoine Carr was on the Hawks. Damn, how many cars is it?
Scottie Pippen with the buzzer basket, getting the friendly roll to end this opening quarter in Chicago. So with Greg Gumbel setting up in Tempe, Arizona for our Super Bowl telecast, and Matt, a special edition of the Wild and the Wacky, the Albert Achievement Awards from this 1995 NFL season.
Cannot wait.
All coming up at halftime.
95. It was barely any technology.
At 21.
Talking with Tony Calqc before the game, saying yes, he would like to get more playing time. He realizes that he is the sixth man in a very important role for him as we move. Nice pass.
Beautiful backdoor pass. Rodman for Harper, and the Bulls lead 23-21.
It's just a simple, basic play out of the triangle that most teams are prepared for. But when you turn your head, hard cut, nice pass, you'll get an easy hoop.
Wayman Tisdale is on the floor for the first time.
They doubling Cav for real?
Played by Harper. Shot clock at 5. Carr firing.
Ooh.
And goes off glass. And could not hide the smile as he got a look from Harper. Now a technical foul being indicated. Looks like Cotton Fitzsimmons hit with the tee.
On the coach?
And Cotton continues to jaw a little bit with the referee Louis Grillo. Normally Cotton would not get hit with a quick, hard technical like that. He's a little smoother than that with the officials as far as massaging them, and I can't imagine that he said anything of a untoward nature.
Oh, no. One-time Phoenix Sun Steve Kerr not able to hit the technical foul shot. Steve Kerr was originally a second-round pick of the Suns back in 1988. moved on to Cleveland, then Orlando, before catching on with the Bulls, and this is third season with Chicago.
I was starting to say with Tony Calqc, this is what he likes, to have the ball in his hands, and he likes to do that.
But Rodman not able to hit and upset with himself.
Well, maybe that hand bothered that shot there. Normally he would be able to dunk it, but Dennis can dunk the ball with his left hand on the move like that, and that's probably the better play.
Good D, Harper.
The interception. So Kerr and Harper in the backcourt. Rodman, Calqc, and Pippen up front. Barkley able to rebound. That is his 7th rebound.
Yeah, Barkley may have a triple-double, man.
Green are the guys that have to carry the load on the boards.
Wayman Tisdale rebounded by Scottie Pippen. Pippen from Calqc. And that was thrown off the mark by Scottie. Elliot Perry.
Scottie was a little too late on that one.
And a reach-in from behind called on Harper. That is his 3rd foul.
Normally Dennis Rodman able to finish plays like this. Just kind of squeeze that out with the first 3 fingers of his right hand with that dislocation. Go quickly on the quick jump for the tip in. At least he got a rebound on the play. He'll be happy about that.
Bulls and the Suns tied at 23. 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Tisdale. Wayman Tisdale in his 11th NBA season out of Oklahoma. He's been bothered by a bruised shoulder as of late. Calqc for Kerr from downtown. And the ball will go back to Phoenix, but first a timeout taken. 9:46 to go. First half, the Suns have a 23 lead. We are early in the second quarter. Michael Jordan back on the floor. Scottie Pippen sitting down with 9 points.
Close game, 25-23.
And Kevin Johnson is back. Johnson handling against Kerr.
Nice little adjustment there by Cotton Fitzsimmons. Elliot Perry getting his normal rotation of playing time, but with Steve Kerr in there, I think you want to get Kevin Johnson back in the game, see if he can't take advantage of it.
Finley. Nice pass from Wayman Tisdale. And the Suns now playing well, lead by 4.
And the Bulls look confused defensively, and Tony Calqc falling asleep.
Yeah, the Bulls not looking like the Bulls, but they'll get it.
Playing time if he is not alert at the defensive end of the floor.
From downtown. So Steve Kerr among the leaders in 3-point field goal percentage.
That's a good shot.
Within 1. And the foul is called a hold on the rookie Calqc. Now Elliot Perry checking back in.
Eerily quiet here in the United Center. Nothing at all like the old Chicago Stadium. So if you're the visiting team, you're happy that the building is not involved in the game. You're happy that you're in this position, leading by 1 point, because to beat the Bulls on their home floor the way they are playing, you just have to hang around and make big plays at crunch time.
That has been the case from time to time. In fact, Phil Jackson complaining about that last season. Nice move by Tisdale. And the Suns now lead 29-26.
Nice move, bro.
Good hands by Perry to break up that pass attempt, and Kerr, in trying to save it, stepped out of bounds. So the ball back to the Suns. Suns have outscored the Bulls 10-5 in the second quarter.
So bottle froze.
Chicago Bulls here at home are 21-0. They've won the last 28. That dates back to last season. They won their final 7 last year. Kevin Johnson. And rebounded by Calqc. Calqc for 3.
And Phil Jackson barks from the bench at Tony. Once again, Michael Jordan wanted the ball on that median post side on the right, and a poor shot, poor decision by Tony Calqc. He'll hear it from Phil, and I'll hear it from Michael Jordan.
Here's the double on Barkley, and again he finds the cutter, but Finley lost the grip. Barkley with the recovery.
Oh yeah, Chuck.
Charles is really doing a good job of just timing it perfectly when the double team comes, giving the ball open to get at least good looks for the Suns and good shots. They just don't have very good.
Yeah, Chuck just hooping, man. He balling, bro. He on the glass. He's scoring, passing. Damn.
So the Suns lead by 2.
Hmm.
Perry spinning his way on Kerr to draw the foul. Elliott Perry putting on the moves, and Steve Kerr collects his second.
Elliott Perry, yeah, he definitely got the moves, and he a lefty.
Waved in by Joey Crawford. And that was called a non-shooting foul, so the Suns will throw in.
All kinds of confusion over there on the Suns bench area as they try to figure out who's going in, who's coming out. Looked like Charles Barkley did not want to come out of the game at that point.
And that gets the Suns bench up in enthusiastic fashion. Michael Finley with the explosion. Suns lead by 4. 6 points for Finley.
Good hands.
Elliott Perry extending the Phoenix lead to 35-29.
And Phil Jackson is sitting on the bench watching right now. No way could he be pleased with what's going on the floor, but he's going to let his team out on the floor try to figure out what's been going wrong and make the corrections themselves.
Shot clock at 5. Kerr.
Damn, Kerr, okay. Turn up.
And he's come off the bench to hit 8 points. 35-31 Phoenix.
Well, sometimes an offensive play like that will get you going. Nice move by Calqc to create a shot for Kerr, but Bulls lethargic at both ends for the most part.
And here comes Jordan. Pulls up to take the 3.
I hate toilet bowls.
Michael with his first attempt from downtown.
All right, I don't think I can drink no more of that ice
Curry
water.
and Johnson now in the
I think it's all ice.
Finley Green and Tisdale up front. Tisdale, and he has been providing a lift. That's his 3rd field goal for 6 points.
Oh, Wayman, always a tough customer in the low post, and anytime the Suns have to play a half-court game and he's on the floor, he'll turn something
Time
up
up.
for you.
Timeout is taken by the Bulls. They are down by 6. Although Charles Barkley not looking at it with Michael.
Charles, I think, is learning how to utilize his other players a little bit more than just himself. And I think he was really mistaken when he didn't get himself in the type of shape that he wanted to this summer. We talked about it quite a bit when I was working out, and he called me a couple of weeks later once he started training camp and said, I made a mistake. So I think he's trying to get himself into playing shape, and I think he's starting to do that, and he's starting to show his play.
Well, Charles Barkley coming off a torn cartilage late in that Houston series last year. Had to try to do some rehabbing, but it seems every
Nice.
summer
Good
has been
effort.
a rehab summer for Charles Barkley.
And Phil Jackson shaking things up. He has Judd Bush at Arizona. On the floor now for the Chicago Bulls, and here is Bushler for 3.
Yeah, Chicago shooting pretty well from 3 this game.
And the Bulls, 35, just under 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Marv Albert, Matt Calqc, and Dan Hicks from the United Center in Chicago.
Dan Hicks.
Barkley putting the move on Pippen and fouled. He was hacked.
Yeah, they can't do nothing with Barkley down there. I ain't gonna lie. That's hard day.
Tough aggressive move by Charles Barkley with Pippen on his.
Suns went 1 up 6
That's hard day, man. What they gonna do with Barkley down there?
Sideline, but he's come back strong, averaging 21 points, 15 rebounds since the return.
Who?
Good one Friday night in Milwaukee.
Damn.
His kicking shoe for field goals.
He's ready, yes.
Steel plate.
Yeah, I like them shoes too.
Taking the infected toe. The Suns 38 and the Bulls 35. Chicago Bulls at 37-3, best record in the NBA, and the 37-3 start ties the 71-72 Lakers and the 66-67 76ers for the best 40-game record in NBA history. Kevin Johnson called for that foul. Pat Riley the other day said he can see the Bulls winning 75. Was Pat trying to create some
Dang,
you got to
75?
put as much pressure on them as possible. Actually, the Bulls have the difficult road trip coming up. And even if they go 4-2,
You know what's so
on that road
crazy
trip,
though?
they're still in good shape at the.
I just peeped. This is the 72-10 team, right? The only person that has a better record than them is the 2016 Warriors, but this is probably still the best team. I get it, the team with Clay, Curry, and KD. It was a crazy team, but that only lasted 2 years. This Chicago team, especially Mike and Scotty, best duo ever, bro. Best duo ever. This probably is the best team ever, maybe, because you gotta think about it. They went 72-10 and they won. And I need to watch that finals against Seattle. I think Sean Kemp averaged like 25 points, 24 in the series. That's great. So I definitely want to get into that. Get into the Rain Man, GP.
And Longley fouled by Williams. Luke Longley establishing position. Took the hit from behind.
Luke Longley.
Well, John Hot Rod Williams a little slow reacting defensively, not cutting off that move by Longley, who did a nice job of covering up. Good feed inside.
Longley going to the hook shot, rebounded by Williams. Here is Barkley setting up Person, and again the Bulls not getting back.
Oh, that was just an outstanding execution on the part of the Phoenix Suns. The ball never touching the floor. Even the best transition defense in the world couldn't have stopped that play.
So the Suns lead by 4. Longley, well presented with the open shot. That's his second field goal. Luke Longley's had some very strong games recently. Had a big one against Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks earlier.
Man, Kev, you don't pass the ball.
Here's Hot Rod Williams.
Hey.
Well, Hot Rod's not wasting any time at the offensive end. He has put up a couple of bad shots in there, but Charles Barkley likes to hover around that offensive glass. You don't get a ball.
Jordan, Kev holding Jordan, and Jordan holding Kev.
Hot Rod Williams hurting them at the offensive end and now hurting them at the defensive end as well. And Cotton Fitzsimmons wants to talk it over as soon as they get the ball into the front court. Here's that pass again as John Hot Rod Williams all turned around, had no idea where Luke Longley was.
The game is tied at 40. Timeout taken. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Chicago Bulls so far in this first half as Charles Barkley making the nice feed in there. And then the first offensive rebound in this half for the Phoenix Suns as Charles Barkley cleans up.
Charles Barkley. Oh, the spin move. Ah.
And back comes Jordan. He has Calqc, Pippen, Longley, and Rodman on the floor. Jordan Cole.
They finna call him travel. I knew they was going. These refs, man. These refs stay calling travel, bro. They call travel way too much. God damn. One. Oh shit, Mike. Never mind. Damn, I tried to defend you, bro.
Try to put the brakes on.
Yeah, it's travel. That's a good call. That's a good call. Most of the time they get it wrong though.
Finley setting up.
Ugh.
Rejected by Dennis Rodman. And then the foul.
You can see the frustration all over Hot Rod Williams. Had not had a lot of playing time. Beautiful feed as it looked like Michael Finley was out of control, and you're not going to see Dennis Rodman block too many shots. That is not the strong suit of his game. That's his 7th of the year.
Foul was committed by Longley. Hot Rod Williams, who came from the Cleveland Cavaliers in the deal for the very popular Dan Marley. For Hot Rod, it is his 26th game of the season. 71% free throw shooter. So the Suns lead by 4 with 2
Hot Rod.
in the half.
You see how the Bulls really spread it out offensively, and that puts a lot of pressure on your defense when you have so much floor space to cover and against quick people like Pippen and Jordan.
Pippen trying to make the adjustment, and Jordan.
Nice, Mike.
Michael Jordan going glass with that tip, and the Suns now lead 44-42. Finley realizing he was not guarded but could not hit.
Man, what, Chuck gotta have almost a triple double.
Barkley with the open shot. Rodman did not come out on Barkley.
Well, he thought that Luke Longley had him, and Luke was calling for help. Consequently, nobody really came out.
Barkley, his bad.
Like to stray too far away from the basket to play defense.
What's there?
For Longley.
Oh yeah.
And here's Person ahead of the field.
The Bulls look lazy, man. Come on.
And that was poor transition defense on the part of the Bulls, despite the good pass and the streak by Wesley Person.
The Suns by 6. We come up on 1 minute left in the first half. Like block call, they get a new 24.
Well, Wesley Person playing with a great deal of confidence. He struggled early in the year, but Cotton Fitzsimmons, when he took over, said, you are going to be my shooting guard. I want you to shoot the ball, but you have to do the other things. Defense, driving to the ball, the basket, running the break to stay on the floor.
Longley had it slapped away.
Damn.
By Person. Johnson racing down.
Hey.
Finley. Oh, move by Michael Finley.
That boy
And
Cab
the
be
Suns
flying.
lead by 8. The Bulls have trailed at the half in only 9 of their 21 games here at the United Center this season. They're down 50-42. Jordan, rebound Rodman. And here's Jordan drawing the foul. Yes, and it counts.
Now, Michael doing a lot of work on this play, but actually everything's set up by the hustle rebound of Dennis Rodman and not forcing anything inside, making the extra pass to give Michael Jordan an opportunity for a three-point play. Here's that little shovel to Michael Jordan, taking a little bit of a bump, and the fade away from Barkley and a little touch foul.
So Charles Barkley called for his first. Correction on what I mentioned a moment ago. The Bulls have trailed at the half in only 9 games all season. Reach and foul is called. So in their 40 games, they have trailed at the half only 9 times. That's the first committed by Jordan. Bulls over the limit. And Kevin Johnson to the free throw line.
Kevin's numbers not all that sparkling in this first half.
Man, what's Barkley numbers?
And only 3 assists, but he has done a masterful
I can't wait to see that.
of controlling the ball, making the plays, making good decisions as when to run the fast break, when to pull it back and run half-court offense, and consequently that's why the Suns not only in the game but holding a lead.
Longley sits down. Calqc is back. Green will come on for Williams. So Hot Rod getting a few moments here in the second quarter. Michael and Charles exchanging a knee slapper.
It was golf related.
30 seconds remaining in the half. And the Suns up by 7. Calqc working hard for position. And he drew the foul. Took the hip check.
Golf related.
AC committing his 3rd, and Tony Calqc, Orlando, all 3 on the road. The last time they have been beaten, December 26th.
Man, this, come on, bro.
To 97. Randy Brown coming on for these final seconds.
Boy, they take forever with free throws. Come on. There we go.
Randy Brown, known as a defensive specialist, will have the task of trying to keep Kevin Johnson in front of him.
Damn.
Brown with the steal. Rodman gave it right back and deflected out. The officials checking with each other. 1 6/10 seconds to go. In the half, it'll be Phoenix ball. And the Suns will take a 20-second time. Rodman all over him. Instead, the pass to Finley, and he tried to get it.
Waste of time.
Chicago Bulls. Calqc Simmons in his 7th game since taking over for Paul, and the Suns have gone 3 up and 3 down since he has made his return. I know moments ago Dan chatted with Cotton, who was on his way back to the Phoenix bench. Let's check in with Dan Hicks.
All right, Marv, I just talked to Calqc Simmons, and it is going to be crucial to his basketball team in the second half to continue to push the ball up. One of the things he wanted to do when he took over the team from Paul Westphal was get back to Suns basketball up and down the court. He wants to see a lot of that in the second half. Marv?
All right, Dan.
Marv?
All right, Dan, and one thing that Cotton has put an end to, as he indicated to us yesterday, you rarely see the three-point shot as a weapon. They took only 2 in the first half, 1 of 2 from downtown.
Well, anytime Wesley Person is open, he has the green light to take it. Other than that, they'll try to stay away from it.
And Person is open right there. Harper with the rebound. Harper with 3 fouls as this third quarter gets underway.
Double.
Longley had it knocked away.
Longley, come on, you gotta convert that, boy.
Scottie Pippen.
Scotty getting doubled.
And coming out of there, you can see Scottie Pippen a little bit disturbed with Luke Longley, who made the proper cut, but as he caught the ball, he just pulled it down a little bit to about waist level. That enabled
That boy looked nervous out there.
Big man's got to keep the ball up high and finish strong.
Now Barkley posting up on Rodman. Pippen comes over on the double. Shot clock at 4. 3-second violation.
Don't choke.
Now Michael Finley, after he had a little trouble handling that ball from Charles Barkley, never got out of the lane. He thought he stepped out of bounds, which still, even if you are out of bounds underneath the basket, that is still considered a 3-second count while you're there.
Yeah. Gotta get out that red. Oh yeah, that's too much space for Mike.
Opening up the third quarter. He now has 16 points. He's 7 of 14 from the field. And the Bulls trail by 3.
Chuck open again.
Johnson drawing the double team.
Now he finna get that assist.
The move on Longley, and
Damn.
Michael Jordan came over. Got a look here from Charles.
Well, Michael knows he has his hands full at the defensive end against Kevin Johnson. Luke Longley, who was in a heap of trouble.
Committed by Jordan. So
Man.
the Suns now lead 53-49.
53-49. Yeah, there we go. 10 points, 9 rebounds. He got some assists too, though.
Charles Barkley not really getting much involved offensively as the ball has been kept moving, kept under control by Kevin Johnson.
Dennis Rodman with 8 rebounds, leads the NBA, averaging better than 14. Jordan, that has become his favorite shot, the fadeaway. And the Suns now lead by 2, 18 for Jordan. And deflected by Jordan. And
Why is my...
the third quarter,
That gotta be the creator. Why am I still chopping? Hey!
Michael Jordan again on that fadeaway, taking a hard plant and step away. Late in the game, in close games, Michael will, a 5-second violation. Michael will be more physical and more aggressive, taking the ball to the basket and taking it to the defender to get to the free throw line. But in the general course of the game, Michael is very content to take perimeter jump shots.
Longley set the screen. Here's Jordan. And he's tied the game at 53.
That all-side pick, and just no way the Suns defense could make the adjustment to shut off Jordan.
Nice fake by Barkley.
Good block.
By Longley.
Good block.
Screen roll, the most difficult play to defend. Luke Longley setting it on Kevin Johnson. Everybody waving and matadoring it as Michael Jordan getting inside. Nobody to stop it in there with a small.
Yeah, ain't nobody stopping Mike. It's impossible.
The basket, couldn't do anything about it.
Barkley. And Harper able to come away with it. Pippen for 3. Longley keeps keeps it alive. An offensive rebound once again for the Bulls.
Not the greatest shot in the world. I guess when you're Scottie Pippen, however, you can get on that 1-on-4 three-point attempt and then get a second opportunity.
Man, surprisingly though, a lot of people, especially in today's NBA, do that, bro. Shoot fast break threes. Oh my God. I just seen it with players that pass up a 2 for a 3. I never personally agree with doing that, but some people like it.
First round draft
Close
pick out of
game.
Wisconsin. Wisconsin's all-time leading scorer.
Do,
Although
do,
without
do, do,
Donovan
do,
in the
do.
draft.
Yeah, bruh.
And Jordan for the line.
What's up? It's a video.
And because he did not shoot the ball well from the perimeter, had a low field goal percentage, it did drop him down to 21. As Michael Jordan now not only doing it with the basketball, doing it without, as he made that hard cut to the basket to finish up on my 21st pick.
Yeah, that's
that
the
Suns
video
used
tweaking,
to
bro.
take Finley.
That's
was
not
the
me.
one that the Suns acquired from the Los Angeles Lakers when they traded Cedric Ceballos, an all-star caliber player.
Finley had 3 very impressive.
Where's my... Oh, fuck. I think my keyboard tripping. I don't even see it, though.
Seasons at Wisconsin. And as we mentioned earlier, very excited about playing back here in his hometown. Illegal defense, the call against the Bulls.
It was on Luke Longley, who dropped way down below the free throw line. The man he is supposed to be watching was way up above the top of the key, and that's the illegal defense. Actually, the Bulls fell asleep on that situation. Michael Finley was all alone at the other end of the basket. Nobody knew he was there. Still not able to convert on the play, however.
Stepping out for the steal. The game is tied at 55. Jordan gives it back.
Okay.
Shot clock down to 7. Pippen for 3.
Air ball. Come on, Mike. Got it.
Defense by the rookie Michael Finley against a tough customer in Scottie Pippen. Pippen really didn't want to put the ball on the floor and try to go by, as Finley just kept jockeying with him and kind of forced him and begged him to take that poor shot.
Kevin Johnson off the dribble and then played very tight by Jordan, who did not like the foul call. That is his 3rd.
And Michael getting right upwards. The contact came well afterward.
Fake there by Kevin.
And it threw him off, as he probably should have backed off there. It's almost like, Marv, you know this, when you line up to putt on those greens, yes. When you're not ready, you back off. You have to go through your routine again. I've
had that problem on many an occasion. The steal by Finley. Hopper draws the foul. It's a charge on Finley.
Well, no question, Ron Harper had the position there, as Michael Finley unable to pull up, but Finley's going to complain that Ron Harper's sticking that right leg out. That was a good call. I think he had position.
And that's 4 on Finley. Scottie Pippen has been very quiet, only 2 points since the game's first 5 minutes. 3 of 10 overall from the field. Longley.
Yeah, Scotty has been quiet.
Making contact with Green.
He has been quiet.
Now Finley will sit down. And Chris Carr, the 6'5" rookie from Southern Illinois, 2nd-round draft pick, played briefly in the first half. Checks in here.
I think you can give a lot of credit to the Phoenix Suns defense, something they are not normally known for. They're a very small team right now, but playing very smart defense.
Suns lead by 1. Person with that quick release. And the Suns are up 58-55. Person has 13. 5 minutes gone by. 3rd quarter. And the call against the Bulls. Illegal pick. Called on Harper. That's his 4th. And a timeout is taken. To the line.
Well, since Cotton Fitzsimmons took over the coaching reins for Paul Westphal, the Suns have put in a number of plays, maybe just 3 or 4, all of them the same plays that the Utah Jazz run, who probably stole them from the Phoenix Suns a few years ago when Tom Chambers went there. Because Tom Chambers with a lot of two-man game play with Kevin Johnson, and Barkley with his post-up ability does a lot of the same things that Karl Malone does. So teams will steal from one another.
Yeah, that's been going on.
Now Barkley posting Rodman.
Copycat league.
Rebounded by Rodman. There's Pippen ahead of the field.
Hey.
Foul. Kevin Johnson lunging for Scottie Pippen, but did not have much effect. Pippen able to hit, and he'll go to the line.
Well, this is what Dennis Rodman does for you. Not only the defensive rebounding, but the ability to start the fast break, breaking out of the back, and that is a perfect pass for Scottie Pippen. He throws it a little bit higher. That enables Kevin Johnson to get back and foul him before the field goal. So great play by Dennis Rodman.
So Scottie Pippen, who has been quiet, comes up with the three-point play. Rodman picks up the foul. Suns by 1. Barkley setting it up against Rodman. Now Pippen over to help.
Hey, doubling Barkley swing.
Johnson for 3, a rare three-point attempt.
Oh shit!
Lost it, but recovered.
God.
Carr able to come up with a
Oh,
shot clock
come
is
on, Mike.
through. The ball did not hit the rim.
Oh, that was
Kevin
close.
Johnson firing it up. Suns get a break. Last touch by the Bulls.
Kevin Johnson does not have three-point range. However, he is 7 for 17 coming into today. A wild shot there.
Wow,
The
he
Suns
was.
actually didn't realize out on the floor that shot clock was winding down to just the last second.
Kevin Johnson only 1 of 7 from the field. Leg block and a new 24 awarded Phoenix.
You see how things bog down once Charles starts to yo-yo the ball. Yes, he can draw the double team, but the
Wait,
makeup of
hold
the
on.
Suns right now, they just do not have a lot of good.
So kick ball, you can get. So if a kickball violation happened, the whole clock just goes back to 24. No 14. What we doing here, Chuck? Oh shit! Behind the back, damn. Ooh, okay, Mike, another behind the back. Of course, Pippen, cold ass. Come on, Pip.
And you didn't even get hit. He's back.
Back in action.
That's an open shot. Oh my God. Come on, boys.
I'll be all right, Matt.
All right.
Here's Person.
Good rebound.
2-on-1. Pippen all the way.
Nice.
And the Bulls lead 60 to 59.
Well, the Bulls trying to get this crowd involved in the game, either with the three-pointers or the hustle defensive plays. I think they finally got them into it with that fast break play.
Barkley called for steps.
Now Charles is going to get something here, at least a delay of game. He won't throw it to the official. It's going to be a delay of game, or he wanted it, he got it.
A T.
Better than the technical.
It was Charles's way of annoying the officials. So he's hit with
The officials be annoying,
delay
man.
of games would mean a technical foul. The Bulls with 13 points in this third quarter. Jordan with the first 8. Pippen the last 5. And they now lead by 1. Pippen with the fake on Person. And the pass deflected, recovered by Jordan. And Joe Crawford says stay right here. Foul assessed on the Suns. It's on AC Green. Now timeout taken by Calqc. And Chris Carr able to connect with his second field goal to cut it to a 1-point Chicago lead. Harper.
Golly, Harper.
And hit the rim on that drive. Here's Person off the break.
Good block, though. I like that. Y'all don't get on offense and y'all recover.
On that baseline drive.
And that's what he's been doing for this Chicago Bull team for the last couple of months. And once again, the crowd now starting to try to get into it.
And Pippen had the baseline closed by Carr. Foul is called.
Well, AC Green overextends defensively. Probably should have given Harper that jump shot, but that opened up the driving layup. A terrific hustle by Ron Harper, who never stopped running on the play.
Phoenix Suns have led by as many as 8. They are now down by 1. Jordan. And last touch by Green.
Good execution on the screen roll between Michael Jordan and Luke Longley. Michael got an excellent look from about 17 feet, but the hard roll by Longley enabled him to get a good offensive rebounding effort.
Luke Longley at 7'2" going against the 6'9" AC.
There you go.
And the foul.
Baby's down there, Luke.
10 points for Longley.
Them boys is babies, bro. Come on, man.
Minnesota 7th pick overall. And it is the 3rd season as a member of the Chicago Bulls.
That's an easy
I'm
matchup.
happy for Luke, who's been working very hard out there. The Bulls are really
If Luke
pleased with
used
his
his body.
improvement defensively. All they wanted to do is clog that lane, fill the lane to keep people from driving, box out, get his share of rebounds. Anything he can give them offensively is a plus.
Oh.
Bulls lead by 4. Kevin Johnson being pressed by Dennis Rodman. And just does get it across. Hot Rod Williams, who had a run in the second quarter, is back on the floor. Suns only 3 of 13 shooting here in the third. And the pressure defense providing problems. Barkley thought he was fouled, and he does get the call.
He was fouled. He was fouled. He got fouled around the neck.
You can feel the defensive pressure picking up now by Chicago, really getting after people there, swatting at the ball. Dennis Rodman coming over to double team. Everybody diving for the loose one there, but the foul called as, I don't know if it was Rodman or Pippen, but probably both of them got him. But this is Chicago Bull basketball. Once they start getting frisky defensively, it starts leading to easy baskets for them at the other end.
And both teams are over the foul limit.
2 minutes left in the third, y'all. Then we on to the fourth quarter.
For Barkley, 5 of 7 from the field.
You know what I gotta watch? And how did the finals go in the Supersonics? Was it 4-2, 4-1? Did Seattle win the game against Mike and them? If so, I want to watch Sean Kemp versus Mike Jordan and them in the finals. I gotta at least see one win from them. And I also, when I get time on my hands, I want to react to Allen Iverson beating Shaq and Kobe in that game 1. I never watched that full game. Only watched the Tyrone Lue clip. So yeah, I definitely gotta see that, bruh.
Free throw situation is not too many passes. Want to make sure they get it into Jordan on the post and see what happens if he can make a quick move on Kevin Johnson or draw the double team and get a shot for someone else.
Foul on Johnson. Michael Jordan unhappy with his free throw shooting. He's missed a couple here today. 4 of 6 at the line. Michael comes in leading the NBA in scoring at just over 31 a game.
31 a game.
3-point Bulls lead.
Yep.
Barkley allowed to penetrate.
Oh,
Ain't nobody down there.
Made everybody raise
Yeah,
up.
Chuck.
Dennis Rodman thought he had help from Luke Longley, who was standing dead straight up and just blew by. And Charles Barkley blowing by Luke.
We're talking
2 minutes.
trade speculation
Ghost.
weeks ago. You get the idea that Charles was
Oh.
hurt by the rule.
Yes.
Nice move by Pippen.
Nice move, Pippen.
Although you also have the feeling that he may have started a couple of the stories going, but he said to us, well, if I am traded, I'll just do what I did to Philadelphia. I'll come back and kill him.
Double. That is double. That's double. Yes, that's double.
Firing it up with the left hand, and
That's
then a
double.
rebound.
Damn, he snagged it.
24.
Pass.
Talking to Michael Jordan.
Got a point guard that can't shoot threes. Oh, my Lord.
Jordan trying to guard Barkley, and a foul is called. A beautiful foul
Uh-oh.
by Barkley, and a technical foul.
Tackle who? What? Anyway, before people get on me, oh, he's a point guard and can't shoot threes. Bro, he's short. It's not like he Magic Johnson height. A point guard that can't shoot threes is very short. It's always gonna be a disadvantage, bro. But this team went to the finals, right, Kevin? Yeah, him and Barkley went to the finals. I know Kevin Johnson is good. I'm just saying, like, it's one of them. Like, bro, what if he could shoot threes? What if Barkley could shoot threes like that? So I get it. It's just a different time and era, you know. This is where the mid range is more valuable than the three. This era. I don't think the three became big um to like the 20 to Curry. Once Curry started doing that shit, yeah.
throughout the game.
But they will compete against one another. Nobody's going to back down from one another. There's a lot of pride out there. Also a lot of respect between them.
Wayman Tisdale replacing Hot Rod Williams. Wayman Tisdale in 7 minutes in the first half hit 3 of 4 from the field. 6 points.
Only 5 assists. I could have sworn he had way more, but I know it's other shooters before Curry. You know, we already reacted to Bird. Uh, the first 3 3-point contests, and I know Ray Allen was a great shooter at the end of his career and stuff like that. But ooh, nice bank shot. I feel like Curry just changed the game as far as a whole when it comes to shooting. Like y'all know how the NBA look nowadays. They love shooting threes. Love. Look at Victor Wembanyama. He's my guy. But it's times where he shoot way too many threes. He'll shoot like 8 threes a game. Like you don't even gotta do all that, you know? Like sometimes he be playing like he KD. And I just wish sometimes Wemby just getting that post and just play post all game long. On some Larry Bird stuff. Shoot like 1 or 2 threes. He can shoot more than that. He can shoot like 4 or 5 if necessary, but I'm just saying though, the game is different now than back then. Guys wasn't shooting threes like that. Honestly, probably because they didn't think it'd go in a lot of times, and it ain't worth. That three ain't. Sometimes they don't be worth it. Sometimes that mid range is just way better, and I understand that watching older basketball. You will look at them. Look, he open, and people do shoot threes when they open, but I'm just saying it's not like today. This old school older basketball is not like today's basketball where if somebody is open at the three, they're just pulling automatic. Automatic. Ain't no think about. It's automatic. Whether they can shoot or not. I feel like Zach Edey would shoot a three if he was just wide open in the corner. It's crazy.
Jason Caffey, the rookie from Alabama, first round draft pick who's played well recently. Has not spent much time at the free throw line, shooting only 48% at the line.
You need all them free throws.
So Phoenix with the ball down by 3 as this third quarter winds down. Johnson played by Kerr.
And the help comes from Calqc to try to get the ball out of the hands of Kevin Johnson. A very difficult matchup for Steve Kerr from the quickness standpoint.
Down to 13 seconds, and now the Suns on that leg block have the full 13. Barkley thought he had the step. Down to 5. Johnson, and again.
Another kick ball.
Oh, the Bulls really scrambling defensively right now, always looking to help Steve Kerr because Kevin Johnson can get by him. So at least the Bulls have put the Suns in a difficult position.
2 7/10 seconds remaining. And this one is from way downtown by Person.
I told y'all, bruh, I'm over here just chilling in the crib, my nigga. I can watch a game, bro. I swear, bro. One of these weeks, y'all, I'm gonna just go like a full week just watching games. I know I had like a little run where I watched like hour-long videos for like 5 days straight. That was like a week or two ago. Y'all, okay, quick question. If you're watching, let me know in the comments. Do you prefer longer videos like 40 minutes, 1 hour, hour and a half, 2 hours long? You know the long videos I do. Or do you prefer like 5 minutes, 15, anything like under 30? Because I try to do both. Um, and I always got open ears, man, for advice and stuff. I know some people be dropping advice in the comments, and I really appreciate it because it helps me a lot. I see everything almost. I don't see exactly everything, but I pay attention, man. And we on the road to 5K, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Y'all subscribe for your boy, man. We trying to hit 5K. I'm trying to hit 6K. Once we hit 5K, we on the road to 10K, man. So go on, hit that subscribe button, man.
Floor with Kerr and Pippen. So after a quiet period, Scottie Pippen has turned things around. He now has 21 points, and the Bulls are up by 5. Fourth quarter is just underway. They double up on Tisdale. And the double team bothering the Suns. Elliott Perry on the recovery. Shot clock at 1. It's a 24-second violation.
And you can see how things bog down, get out of sync when Kevin Johnson not on the floor. Elliott Perry has had to play a lot of minutes over the last couple of years because of all the injuries to Kevin Johnson. But so far, the few minutes that he has gotten in this ballgame at the point guard position have not been productive.
Suns with their 15th turnover. Chicago with 16.
Fourth quarter.
And you can see the difference in the intensity defensively by Chicago. They opened up this third quarter by going to the double team frequently.
Chicago with 16 turnovers already. They average just under 15 a game.
Bushler with the open shot. So the Bulls lead 75-68. Elliott Perry, played by Steve Kerr. Wayman Tisdale. Kept alive by Perry. And batted out of bounds by the Bulls. Michael Finley will come on now for Chris Carr.
Well, the Suns like to use Tisdale in a post position, especially with Calqc guarding him, but the Bulls are ready to come down and double team as soon as Tisdale catches.
And that pass broken up. Pippen leading Bushler and tipped away.
Oh, he tipped it. Okay.
Chicago possession.
I thought that just went out
I
of
think you
bounds.
gotta go
I was about to
inside
say.
to Tony Calqc, who's 6'11", being guarded by just an average defender in Wayman Tisdale. Especially since at the other end of the floor, they're going to Tisdale against Calqc. You got to make him pay at the other end of the floor.
Bushler snapping it into
Yes.
and the Bulls have taken command, leading to a Phoenix timeout. 10:24 remaining. In the fourth quarter, the Bulls, Lakers, perhaps going up against Magic Johnson at Denver, at Phoenix, and at Golden State. The double on Barkley.
And the Bulls not wasting any time. They don't want to let Charles get anything going. The Bulls are taking control of this game. Great play by Charles, and he talks about it afterward.
Barkley with 18 points.
Okay, Sir Charles.
Now leads 77-70. Barkley now talking to the officials back on the defensive end. Pippen. It comes to Calqc, run into by Perry.
That was an easy call.
With 9:40.
That was an easy call. Miller moments.
Shot clock at 8. Bushler. Rebounded by Barkley, and he took the hit.
Man, Barkley snagging.
Holding his right wrist.
He dislocated a finger on his right hand in the first half. That time he jammed the wrist. Charles told us yesterday he likes to be as physical as possible with Dennis Rodman because, of course, Dennis Rodman likes to bang you as much as he can. So,
I get that. Wear each other out.
Michael Jordan back on the floor. Here's another look at it.
Ah!
Look to deflect or knock the ball loose, but Charles with extremely strong hands. They're not all that big, but very strong.
Tisdale.
Good board, man. God damn.
Sets up for the three.
Nigga, Barkley is slacking. All these second chances, man.
Fitzsimmons staying with a combination of Perry and Johnson. Elliott Perry with Finley running the floor. Kevin Johnson to the left hand. Thought he was fouled. Kevin Johnson is now 1 for 9.
Ooh, ew.
Trying to make that shot. He just tried to jump into the chest of Bushler and draw the foul. And that's the way the official read it, that he didn't even make an attempt to shoot it. Just tried to draw a foul, didn't get away with it.
Good board. Holy shit. Good block. Good block, Finn.
Tisdale. And a loose ball foul is called on the Suns.
I'm not even surprised they called it.
Offensively as trying to score, but this time when you get the ball in that kind of position, it took Dennis so long to gather himself and get that shot up, and that's why the defender able to come in there and knock that shot away.
Foul called on Tisdale, his fourth. Dennis Rodman with 15 rebounds, but has not scored. Calqc, Rodman, and a loose ball foul the other way. It is on Rodman. That is his fourth.
Well, Dennis just keeps working and working on the glass, anticipating when the shot.
Hey, Chuck down there. It ain't that easy, man.
He's getting his hands on a lot of balls,
Damn.
but just not able to get it up cleanly.
17?
Put something back, or even just hold the ball for that matter. So maybe his hands aren't bothering him. He's holding them right now.
Elliott Perry looking down low for Charles Barkley. Finley, yes. Michael Finley with a very impressive showing. 6 of 7 from the field. He has 12 points. Bulls lead 77-72.
I see what's going on. Ooh. I see what's going on.
7 points for Calqc. Bulls up by 8.
So what I see going on is when the Bulls get the ball on offense, Chuck is just sitting back on Rodman, Roman helping everybody else. Because Rodman can't shoot anyway. I get it. Now they doubling Chuck. Chuck got to swing. Go, Mike. Yes. Could have passed it too, but that's a good layup as well. Floater, whatever. Shot.
What a terrific all-around athlete, Michael Finley.
He is a slasher, has the ability to put the ball on the floor, get into the lane, and jump over people with a good touch.
Here's the real problem. Kev, this is the problem. Get Kev off Mike. You better off having Michael Finley guard Mike and put Kev on Steve Kerr or something. You know what I mean? This is mismatch all day.
6-point Bulls lead.
All day.
6.5 remaining in this fourth quarter, and a foul from behind called on Barkley. Timeout.
I mean, everybody is a mismatch for Michael Jordan. I ain't down that. But I'm saying defense could be a little better, man, because he is just... Kevin Johnson can't hold him.
Which will be important.
Michael Jordan was left all alone. He had Hot Rod Williams on his hip, but no one else in sight. Easy bucket for Jordan. He has 25 points. 82-74 Bulls. Barkley. And Charles has 20. And the official, Louis Grillo, walking over to the scorer's table in a conversation with Barkley.
I think Charles is bleeding from his left elbow area. He has to go to the bench and get some attention, get it bandaged, or get a wristband on it to cover it up.
Apparently took a scratch swipe by Steve Kerr right there. Caught a piece of the right arm.
Yeah, he probably got some skin off.
Sit out briefly.
He probably knocked some skin off. I could tell by how Steve reacted.
And the Suns, 76. Double foul, the call right here.
Man, Steve, I remember one time, bro, I was hooping, man. I think a nigga scratched me, man. I had the white meat showing on my skin. You know, like that's when all the skin just vanished.
A very low-key day for AC. 6 points, 3 rebounds.
So this puts Hot Rod back into the ballgame in a crucial situation right now, and his conditioning is not the best, and he didn't really expect to play this much today.
He's played 8 minutes to this point. Michael Jordan with a beautiful turnaround, going to the fade. He has 27 on 11 of 20 from the field.
Ain't nothing you could do about that.
76. Kevin Johnson way off. 1 for 10 for Kevin Johnson.
1 for 10.
Jordan. Yes.
Michael feeling it right
Uh-oh.
now, trying to put the daggers in right here on the Suns as he smells blood.
Ooh-wee.
5:24 remaining in the fourth. The Suns will talk it over.
Not gonna lie, that's the person you don't want to get hot. He get hot. Today is my birthday. Hot butter jersey, please. Rob me my lunchbox for your jersey. Man.
Bulls by 10. 86-76. We come up on 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Barkley, Hot Rod Williams, and last touch by Williams.
Charles has had a terrific all-around game, and they got a good, solid offensive game by Wesley Person in the first half. He's been shut down here in the second, but you can just see Hot Rod Williams, no lift in those legs.
Bulls got off to the fast start. They led 7-0. And then Phoenix able to come back, had the lead at the half. But
Chuck gotta have like 20 rebounds this game.
Defensive plan in the third quarter, going more to the double team. Kevin Johnson just continues to struggle.
Man,
1 of 11 from the field.
golly.
And the Bulls were able to take control in the third quarter.
You know, when Kevin Johnson is not making that little 16, 17-foot jumper from the perimeter, it really struggles because now people are able to back off him and make him take that tough shot on his penetration.
Kerr coming up short, but handled by Jordan. And Michael posting up.
Who is this? This better not be Kev on him. Oh my God.
Jordan. Rebounded by Finley.
Yeah, that's a foul.
And that is number 5 on Michael Jordan.
Mike getting a little greedy.
Foul to be sure, as Michael a little upset at the offensive end before, not getting the ball when he wanted. Spun away from the double team, really knew it was not a particularly good shot. And then going for an ill-advised steal to pick up your 5th on this play. Not a smart one by Michael in that situation.
Unusual to see Jordan in foul trouble. So he's playing with 5. Rodman has 5. AC Green is fouled out. Finley with a beautiful touch. How about Michael Finley? 8 for 11 from the field. He has 16 points. Bulls 86. The Suns 78. Michael Finley coming off a strong game in Milwaukee on Friday night. Victory for the Suns. Shot clock at 5. Pippen. And it is a 3-second violation. Whoa.
Wow. Excellent pass by Dennis Rodman to Scottie Pippen, who was able to shed the defender with a little pump fake, and then on the way up, Hot Rod just grabs and holds.
3 seconds.
And the obvious foul, you thought, but the 3-second violation, not so obvious.
I guess, man.
Barkley feeling for Rodman. Barkley with the rebound. And Finley called for the offensive foul.
Yeah. I will be honest though, chat. I don't think Barkley's getting a triple. Man, he could have been had that triple-double, bro. I don't know if they took some assists away or if he really just got 5 assists. Because the way he was dominant earlier, man, he could easily be at 10. But they ain't making nothing.
Mistakes.
2 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
Oh,
Kevin
there you
Johnson
go.
with a gorgeous
He
move
just went right
around
past Mike.
Jordan,
Mike
who
ain't trying to
also
get
is
that
conscious
foul.
of not picking up number 6, but it's a
Okay.
6-point Chicago lead. The Suns very much into
Swing.
it. Kerr
Oh,
for 3. Rodman with the rebound. Number 19 for Dennis Rodman. His season high is 21.
ooh wee.
And that a huge offensive rebound. Jordan.
Dang.
See what the call is here. The ball deflected out of bounds by the Suns. And a technical foul called on Phoenix. Hot Rod Williams was very upset and has something to say to Ron Olesiak, and it was hit with a tee.
Let me see.
Guess who's in the middle of all of this? Dennis Rodman, who you can see grabs Hot Rod around the neck and chest area and pulls him down. And that's why the eruption from Hot Rod
For the season before they hit the road for the 6-game trip.
3 seconds! 3
Kerr.
seconds!
3-second violation on the Bulls.
Terrific defense by the Suns that time. They actually triple teamed Michael Jordan. Good ball movement by the Suns, but the Bulls did, the Suns did an.
We got 1 minute, 51 seconds left.
Phoenix with 2 timeouts remaining. Chicago 3 and a 20. Kevin Johnson able to get to it. 7-point Chicago lead. Person not able to hit from downtown. And a foul. According to Joe Crawford, Dennis Rodman hearing it from the crowd.
Stay in this one as long as they did is because they played it down in the 80s and 90s. That kind of tempo can bother the Bulls.
89-80 Chicago. Barkley. And rebounded by Pippen.
Yeah, Bulls, they handle this well.
Gave the Bulls problems for the first half. Chicago has had only 2
This is a
close
good game,
calls at
too.
home this season against Portland, a 4-point win. That's
Yay.
He now has 31 and a 2-point win over Atlanta in late December. Every other home game, the Bulls have won by 7 or
This game over with, y'all.
of 13.
This
from
game
the
over
field.
with, man.
And a 20-second timeout. Chicago Bulls on their way to making it a record of 38-3, 22-0 here at home. And
22 and 0?
15 straight wins, which sets a franchise record. They run down the clock, so the Bulls defeat the Suns 93-82. Michael Jordan finishing with.
All right, y'all. Mike finished with 31. Man, that was a great game to watch. I could watch more games. Got more videos, more highlights, more documentaries, just more everything. Subscribe. That way you can always have a notification for whenever I upload, man. I upload every single day. It's your boy Cal. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.